Yes, there are pages and pages of documented conversations between the victims and the Red Cross, gut-wrenching accounts of murder and the desecration of an entire self-sustaining town like no other.
Do you remember the headline on the paper that night?
To lynch Negro tonight.
Without hesitation, a bold and violent attack on a budding, successful black community.
How many people were killed?
Nobody knows.
This war on an already marginalized people, demolishing everything the residents of Greenwood had worked so hard to build. Nothing left but evidence of a crime based on race. These documents, a voice for the unheard. Pictures piecing together legalized hatred. Death in the streets, homes and businesses obliterated. Desperation in the eyes of the people who survived.
If you look at those photographs, you can tell that, to me, it looks like an atomic bomb was dropped in the Greenwood district.
This old picture, a visual of the volunteer responders. The head of the Red Cross, Maurice Willows, calling on his crew to respond as a matter of justice to human life.
Mr. Willows came very early on, like immediately upon hearing about the massacre.
Red Cross was their official relief. The victims were thankful they had the volunteers to lean on.
He came to Tulsa to set up the efforts for the American Red Cross. There were many, many volunteers.
It was a devastating time for Greenwood. It was so bad, black people were forced to wear these cards or tags in order to avoid being arrested after already losing it all in the massacre. This identification similar to dog tags.
I think that's a very appropriate way to describe it.
Their names, addresses, birth dates, even their jobs and bosses' names were on it.
What has happened in the midst of this destruction is that all of the residents, men, women, and children, are gathered up and sent to 3 different detainee centers, if you will. And some of them end up staying for 8 days. The town council decided that detainees could be released into the hands of their employers if the employer would come and vouch for them.
In the meantime, those who survived were thinking about their survival. Medical help, food, water. Experts say the Red Cross was on the right side of history. People were helped. It was assistance that came without stipulation.
I think what we know about the Red Cross and their tradition is it's not about taking sides. It's about providing aid and shelter, clothing. I mean, that's still their mission today.
So the response from the Red Cross meant more to the victims than words could express. Through this organization, they were given medical assistance, food, temporary shelter, and essentially protection. This letter full of appreciation for what they did, saying thank God for the Red Cross and the great Red Cross helping us as a race to shut out our lives that is evil. Perhaps most telling is how the Red Cross continued their efforts months later into the holiday season, attempting to invoke any possible joy the children might be able to muster. A night this report says both the Red Cross and remaining black community members would and could never forget. In Greenwood, Mecca Rain, KOCO 5 News.